Welcome to another episode of Designing the Pitch Deck in Investment Banking. My name's Noah Knightlick. I've built $120 million in investment banking deals, and this is a skill you need to learn if you want an investment banking internship. So let's get started. Today I'm first going to show you how I set a rough draft before adding the design to a slide. I do it with shapes. So I'm going to go to Slide Master View. I'm going to set my fonts to Sago UI. I'm going to make the title bold. I'm going to go to colors and set my custom colors to dark blues. Once my blues are set, I'm going to save. I'll close out of Slide Master View and get started. I'm going to add a title right here. Next, I'm going to add a line under the title. I'm going to insert a box at the bottom of the slide. And I'm thinking, how can I make this slide presentable and fill in all the white space? Next, I'll insert 3 boxes here. And I'll move them over. And I'm picturing the design of this slide in my head to make sure I can fit all the information I want to fit in. So I'm going to adjust these boxes to make sure I'm nailing that. Then I'll add 3 circles. I'll group these, copy them, paste it in the same exact spot. Ungroup. And then we have our area for our text. Next, I'm going to insert a little bit of extra information we can add to the bottom here. And then I'll insert a little title for that information. Okay, now I have an outline of a slide. You can see just by adding some shapes and thinking through where my information will go, where a couple of short details will go, we can come to a pretty good slide. Now watch as I transform this slide. First we'll start with the title. The title, we set our font to Sago UI, we want the heading. And titles are typically a font size of 40. We'll bold it, bring it to the left, and we'll make sure we have a dark blue font. We'll do insert title here. And then we'll make the background color no fill and the outline color no fill. Now we have our title. I'll adjust up our line and then I'll right click, go to format shape. I'll increase the width to 3. And then I'm going to group these 3 designs, bring them up slightly. Then from there, I'm going to move this box up. I'll group these together and then move it up as well to the center. I'm going to ungroup these boxes here. I'll change our rectangles to this light gray fill. We'll do no outline. And then we'll add a shape effect of this shadow here. I'm going to do the same to the circles. We're going to do a dark blue outline, a shape fill of white, go to Format Objects, increase the width of our shape fill outline. Then we're going to go to Shape Effect, Shadow, add that shadow, and then we can insert logos into this. For each box, we're going to have text boxes within. We'll center and bold and make it a header. We'll make the header dark blue and then we'll insert our title. Below our title, we'll have size 14 font. We'll unbold it and this is where we'll insert text. Now we have our information that we can add to this slide. And then from there, we're going to adjust the bottom. First, we're going to ungroup. And then I'm going to change this rectangle here to a shape fill of white and an outline of white. Then this box here is just going to have an outline of white. And we're going to get rid of the fill altogether. The text inside this box is going to be 18, header, bold. And then you can put key facts inside this slide. The last thing you want to do on this slide template is insert some icons. When selecting icons, I recommend selecting the fill option so that more color comes through. In this case, I'll just do a sewing needle. We'll make sure the sewing needle fits within this circle here in the center, and then we'll do a fill of dark blue. Once you have your logo inserted into each circle, remember you can always change it by clicking on it, going to graphic format, and then you can just change the graphic. I'll go to some other icon. We can do Africa. And you can see the icon changes and stays in the same place. Finally, we'll insert our page number by going to Insert. We'll click this little page number. We'll click Slide Number, Apply to All. We can make sure the slide number is adjusted by going to Slide Master View, going up to the top, and then you can adjust your slide number by going to Home. We'll do a white slide number since it's going to be on a dark blue background, and then we can exit out. Now the reason we do it on Slide Master View is so when you add another slide, the design stays the same. You're not adjusting each individual page number. If you like this content, make sure to join our free 3-day investment banking course. The link is in the description. We'll teach you the full investment banking process so that when you go into interviews, you'll stand out. Also, make sure to like the video and subscribe. It helps our channel grow and it only takes 3 seconds. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.